Welcome back to the Artefactors Union. I'm your host and foreman, Douglas Scoundrels. Today we are assembling the Rogue Necromancy box for the Resurrectionist faction and just the experimental keyword now. There is no Forgotten in 4th edition. We're in 4th edition and some of the stuff has changed and the Rogue Necromancy is no longer hanging out with Molly. It is just in the experimental keyword. Oops. So I will just be mentioning all the changes to boxes as I come across them, and I'll probably be going and editing old boxes, old videos on old boxes as I find the time, as well as noting changes in descriptions. So Rogue Necromancy, just an experimental keyword now. That is our artwork. It is a gross Cerberus thingy. That's the artwork. Render on the back. Real gross. Of course Dougie makes something like this. Right, let's look at our sprue. Ugh. Okay, so here's our sprue, an old 2nd edition sprue. We got like 20 bits here for one model, which hasn't happened, except for like Nightmare stuff for a long time, so we're got a bit of work for ourselves. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at our instructions and then go over our build order. Alright, so we have 2 halves of a body. We'll do that first. Then we'll go ahead and do our legs, which are here. So we've got our 2 back legs, our 2 front legs. Each of them also has a paw bit on the other sprue that we'll need to connect to them too. Once we have our 4 legs down, then we'll actually work from the back going forward so that there is like a snake head and jaw here for the snake tail. And then each of the wings has an additional wing bit, so we'll attach the wings after that. And then we can go ahead and do, I think, the goat head and horns. Here are the horns. I'll find the goat head later. Followed by the bird head, which is like 3 pieces, including a tongue. And then the lion head last. There's a lot of bits here. So I think that's going to be our order. Body, legs, tail, wings, goat, bird, lion. All right. Let's grab these 2 bits first. All right, 1 half of the body with the tail, now the other half of the body. Alright, here they are combined. Now our back 2 legs are the ones with the hooves. So this would be our back right leg and our back left leg. Let's do the back right leg first, going right in there. And there's the leg. Now the back left leg. Right there. Alright. What a terrible stance. Okay, now onto our front legs. Those are going to be these 2 bits. One is going to be an arm, a bird leg, this one, which is going to be our front right leg, and then a cat leg, our front left leg. And then we'll add the paws to those as we attach them. So let's do our front right leg first. And that should be going right here. Okay. It slides around a bit. I would just push it as far down as possible. It seems to give it a good anchor and makes it nice with this seam. So, as far as the claw that goes on the end here, that's on our bigger sprue. And that is going to be this guy. And then for reference, for our cat paw on the front left arm, that'll be this one. And there we are on little bird pawsy. Okay, our cat leg has a pretty obvious connection point right there, so let's add that now. Alright, now just add the paw onto the end of it right there. Okay. Our legs are done. They're connected to the body. So now let's get started on everything that sits on top. Starting with the snake head face thing. That ugly thing. Alright, our bits are going to be on here. I believe this is the top of the snake head and the bottom of the snake head. We'll add the bottom first and then the top. So let's first add the bottom down here. Alright, and the snake jaw. Now let's do the top of the snake head. Or, you know, whatever the heck this thing is. It's ugly, that's what it is. Very, very ugly. Okay, give me a sec to figure out the wing situation, but we'll figure it out. I do know at least they're going to be going inside of these holes, and each wing is 2 bits. Give me 1 sec. Alright, let's start with the nubbins that go into the sides of the body. This one is going to go in on the right side of the body, and this one is going to go in on the left side. The part that actually attaches to the body is at the bottom here. So here and here. So let's first do the one that's on the right side, right here. Alright. There's the right side. The seam looks real great. Let's go ahead and do the left side right there. And that's the left side. Now, as far as our wings go, if you hold it like this, then you've got the right side and the left side, as if we were facing the Rogue Necromancy head on. So let's install our right wing and our left wing. Alright. There is our right wing completed. Now let's do the left wing. Okay, don't really like the gaps on the inside, but it's a lot harder seeing the ones on the outside. Now, ones on the outside look pretty darn good. Also, this is a really old sculpt, so I shouldn't be too critical of the gaps. Although, it popping off is probably not great. I'll fix that. But anyways, let's go ahead and grab the goat head and put that on next. Goat head's going to go right there. The goat head is going to be this bit right here. Alright, got the goat head. Now we need the horns. Alright, here are the horns. Now, the inside of the horn will be what's giving away which side it's on. The connection point will be bigger because it's up against the skull. So this is going to be the left horn, and this one is going to be the right. So let's do the left horn first. Going right into there. Okay, I think that's good, but we'll put in the right one first and then give him a little wiggle to make him look good. Okay, let's do the right one now. Okay, I think that looks decent. Next, we're gonna work on the bird head. Let's go ahead and cut out our bird head, and then we need to cut out the bottom half of the bird head as well as the tongue, and we'll combine all of them before we attach to the body. All right, okay, we're actually going to start with the bottom half of the bird jaw because we're going to add the tongue, which is going to fit nicely in this little socket here. So add the tongue next. See how it fills that entire space? All good. Now we just add the top half of the bird head now. Sweet. Right, now this guy, gonna take this attachment spot right here, go on the right side of our Rogue Necromancy. So do that. And that looks pretty darn good, so I definitely recommend that suggestion before by smushing that right leg down as far as possible once you get it on those connection point teeth. But we just got the lion head now. Looks like there's 2 bits here, and the one that's got that big connection tooth that slots in there is the lower jaw. So we're going to add the lower jaw first, focus camera, and then the upper part of the face, and we'll call it done. So let's do that. I think I was hallucinating, sorry. The connection point that is actually on the face, but then that's going to make that awkward. We put that on there first and then try to get the lower jaw on there. So I'm going to suggest we actually add the lower jaw to the face first and then attach the entire thing afterwards. So let's attach that lower jaw. Okay. And then we're just going to add that onto our body and be done. Voila, a lion face. An entire Rogue Necromancy is done. Let's put him on a base. Okie doke, the Rogue Necromancy is done. Not an easy model. It's an old 2nd edition one, so the difficulty is just going to be slightly up there compared to 2 newer kits. Hardest part, I would say, would be the horns on the goat head and getting the wings to really slot in there And then, other than that, interpreting the instructions. They're a little wonky, but I'm here to help you, and I think I did a pretty good job of guiding you along, so you shouldn't have too much trouble overall. Just normal 2nd edition difficulty. Nothing really too straining. I don't think you're going to have too hard of a time. So, I have been your foreman, Douglas Scoundrel, helping you build better Malifaux. Malifaux. And apparently I need a nap. So, bye. And good night.